you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is going to be for the week of August 12th through the 18th, so we're going to start Monday and go through Sunday. Let's go ahead and see what kind of cards come up for you guys. Okay, so Cancers, looking at Monday, what you have showing up here is the Moon on Water card in reverse. By the way, this is my Wildwoods Tarot for those of you who are interested. Moon on Water card in reverse just tells me that there is a lot of untapped potential around you, and you are starting to become aware of it on Monday. You're starting to realize that there's some untapped potential, and you're starting to realize that you can tap into it should you so decide to. So very cool card to have come up. I like that. It's not exactly a card of doors opening, because this is almost like a door that's opening that's been under your nose the whole time. So it's not something new coming in, but it's something that you haven't noticed before that was potential that you get to do. So very cool card. Now, Cancer's looking at Tuesday. What you have here is my struggle card, but it's coming up in reverse. This is telling me, this card usually comes up for me if it's something that's been a little bit more of a long-term-ish type struggle. So this is more than 20 minutes or a couple hours. This is going to be a few days, a few weeks, maybe even a few years, just depending on your situation. But there's been a long-term struggle or tension in your life that is being released for you on Tuesday, Cancer. Now Wednesday. This, in my deck, I see this as more of an advice card than anything else. And this card is just basically saying that you have a situation in front of your Cancers on Wednesday that once you make your next move, you're going to be at a point of no return. Okay? And so this card just asks you, before you make that decision to make that next move, to make sure that you really want to go in that direction for your future, because this is a point of no return. And so this card really is, it's not saying don't do it, and it's not saying do this thing either. What it's saying is it's really important for you to count what the cost may be before you take this next step that gets you over into that point of no return. You want to make sure that you have thought about what kind of energy and effort it's going to take to go in this direction, who you're going to have to buck against, and who is going to be with you. You know, what kind of finances are you going to need to go in this direction? How much is this going to improve your life? Is it going to be worth the time and effort? That's the bottom line. Because once you take the step that gets you past the point of no return, there's no turning back. So you don't get to rethink this. This is something that you really have to think over well the first time. So if somebody has, you know, if some of you have somebody that's trying to convince you to do something that's illegal, and they're saying, well, it's a white collar thing, and everybody really does it, just nobody ever gets busted for it or whatever, you know, you might want to think about that a little bit before you take a step that leads you into the point of no return. You know, if you're considering adding to your family, same thing. Like, there's no looking back from that once you've made that decision. So you really want to think about that well. There's something coming up that your decision is going to put you into a point of no return. So you want to make sure that you're taking the time to really count the cost before you make that decision and put it out there to the universe. That's all. Okay? So that's Wednesday, Cancers. Now Thursday, what you have coming up is the Salmon. Now the Salmon is one of my favorite cards, maybe because I'm a Scorpio and she kind of depicts me, and she depicts who I used to be so accurately. I've changed a lot, but so Salmon is talking about somebody that, it really is talking about a part of your personality that you are embodying on Thursday. The Salmon is somebody who, she's wise. Okay, he or she, whether you're a he or she, this is somebody who is wise. They have information, they have life experience, you have knowledge. At the same time that the Salmon can really take care of herself in a good way. She has a big heart. The Salmon has a big heart. This is showing you having a big heart And even to the point that you're putting your needs behind somebody else. You're doing some self-sacrificing so that you can help somebody else to be able to move forward whenever I see you here on Thursday. Okay? Let's see. Friday, what you have showing up is the Nine of Arrows in reverse. Now, Nine of Arrows in reverse is talking to me about a very particular situation or thing in your life, Cancers. When you've got the Nine of Arrows and she comes in upright, that talks about dedication, loyalty, steadfastness, hanging in there no matter what. Hey, Romy, glad to see you, honey. But when this card comes in reverse, like it did for you guys on Thursday, this is saying that you have been very dedicated to a certain person, idea, activity, something. There's been something in your life that you've been very dedicated to. And with this card, this says that that dedication is sort of evaporating. Like you're just not sure right now if you want to continue on being that dedicated to whatever that particular thing is. Okay? Now, next let's look at Saturday. Now we've got the Forest Lovers in reverse on Saturday with the idea that this came in right before my lack of dedication, my confusion, my not knowing if you want to be dedicated. This could very well have to do with the card from previous day. Okay? It could be that you're deciding to cut yourself free of a partnership, whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, a business partnership. If this is tied to Friday and that lack of dedication, it could be that you have come to a conclusion, you've come to a decision, and you're realizing, you know what, this partnership is not what I was expecting it to be. The way it is right now is not going to work for me, and so I need to break free of this. Oh, that is excellent. Thank goodness. I'm so glad to hear that. Is done, 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 done. All right, so that's Saturday. Now, Sunday, you have the respect card coming up. Now, to me, this respect card is almost like, to me, it really implies respect like we respect a snake when we come across it outside. You know, you respect a snake because it can hurt you. So you give it plenty of space. You don't just walk right up next to it and decide you're going to walk down the lane next to this snake. Not unless it happens to be your pet or something. But if you run into a wild snake, you're going to give it respect. You're going to give it room. You're going to give it what it needs to be able to do its own thing without feeling like it's threatened by you. Okay? So when this card comes up on Sunday for you Cancers, I think what's going on is that there is somebody in your life that you're just kind of giving them room. They could hurt you. They have the verbal ability to hurt you. I don't think like they could hurt you physically. I don't have a strong sense of like that you're in danger physically. But I think that they're in a pretty foul mood when you run into them. And some of the things that could come out of their mouth could be really nasty. So I think you're giving this person on Sunday, I think you're giving them the same respect that you would give a snake. You're just giving them lots of room. Let them do their own thing. You know, let them not notice you as a target. You know, so you could end up on the phone with a friend and you realize that they are just in a really foul mood and decide, you know what, I need to exit this call and find a polite way to get out of the call. Or it could be the same thing with a visit in person, or if you have a spouse or a significant other that something has them in a really foul mood, you may be giving them room. You know, you may be going out to the garage to tinker on stuff and let them do what they need to do to calm down in the house. Or you may be going out to go, you know, shopping or hanging out with friends or whatever, anything, just to give them some room. Okay? So somebody that you want to give some respect, you want to give them some space so that they can come back into being their normal, peaceful, happy, charming selves is what I'm hearing. Okay? So that's your week, Cancers. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by to hang out and spend some time with me. Your time is valuable, so thank you very much. Those of you who enjoyed this video, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Those of you who are finding these videos helpful, please share them with other people who might also find them helpful as well. I do want to make as big an impact as possible before I leave this planet. So being in front of the most people is going to help me do that, and I appreciate that. Thank you, those of you who are giving thumbs ups. I appreciate that as well. And so, you guys, if you would like to have a reading where we go in more into depth about what's really going on in your life, get those really meaty details, get some information so that you can make some good decisions for yourself, then go ahead and contact me. My website is www.amista.info. I-N-F-O. I have a couple of different reading styles available. We can talk about what would work best for you and then get you taken care of quickly. If you're in the United States, you'll see my phone number there. The best way to reach me would be by voice call or by text. And if you're outside the United States, you'll see my Skype ID there. Just get a hold of me by Skype. And either way, we'll get you taken care of quickly. Thank you once again, all of you, for being here. Have a wonderful, thrilling, and peaceful week. And I will talk to you guys on the next video if I don't see you before for a reading. Peace out, everybody.